Then I went to Calcutta for a PhD degree. When I arrived in Calcutta, I wasn't that much interested in mathematics. I thought I was going to do a PhD in statistics. And I really was interested in doing applied statistics. So I started with something called statistical quality control. Somehow it struck me as something that was important. I don't know why.
The title is fancy enough.
But the title was fancy enough. And so I started reading it and somehow didn't find it very interesting. I was bored stiff with it. And so I decided instead to spend my time playing cards and just wasting my time. So that lasted about 4 months into my first year of graduate school. And I met Parthasarathi, Rangarao and Varadhan. They were seriously interested in mathematics. And they told me I was wasting my time and I should just start doing mathematics instead. So I followed their advice and started on mathematics. And that was, we had a good group in the sense that we were all graduate students, and we made a program as to what we would study, and then we would take turn lecturing to each other because there are no courses offered in any mathematical topic whatsoever. So whatever we learned by ourselves. And so we met more or less every morning at 7:30, and one of us would give a lecture and the others would listen, and we would take turns, and that's how we learned the subject.
Without any faculty direction or?
No, not really. Some of them were more senior, a year or two ahead, so they knew more than what I did.
Right.
So they could at least say what I should read. But it was fun. We learned, and then then we said, okay, let's put we learned basically aspects of functional analysis. That's what we learned. And then we said, okay, let's put this and apply it to any problem and try to solve a problem. So we took some problems in limit theorems and tried to use the techniques we learned in functional analysis to solve these problems, and we made progress.
So you chose your own problems without an advisor?
Yes.
Wow. That's quite different than the way we deal with graduate students.
Well, I suppose if I had gone in statistics, it would have been different. But in probability, which is what I ended up doing in mathematics, there wasn't really any real probabilist on faculty. They're all statisticians with some interest in probability. They gave a course on measure theory, for example,
right?
And things like that. But I don't think I ever took a course from anybody in stochastic process. So all these things we learned by ourselves.
Did you have access to journals, current journals, publications, to know really what's the state of research without having some?
In all the probability and statistics journal, we had an external library. Okay, and then we were members of the Indian Mathematical Society as student members, and the Indian Mathematical Society has a very good library.
Okay.
But it's located somewhere else in some other city. But if you write to them, they will mail you the journal.
Right.
And then you give the journal to your library. They'll make a photocopy. Those days, photocopy meant a photocopy. Somebody would take a picture of each page with a camera, print it out, and print the copies in a huge bound volume for a 30-page paper.
Wow.
But still, it was available that way.
And current, up to date.
It's all current. Maybe, they used to come by ship rather than airmail, so it would be a few months delay, but it was all there.
And you finished in what year, your degree?
I finished my PhD. I wrote my thesis in 1962, but it takes a year to process the thesis and get a degree, so I got my degree in 1963.
And this is when you came to Courant?
Yeah, that's when I came to Courant.